Welcome back, brave hearts. We're happy to have you at our show, A Pain-Free Pelvis. My name is Irina Harvey, and this is Nadia Williams, your host today. And today we'll be talking about postpartum and all the things that women meet during that period of their life, and all the things that they shouldn't be experiencing if they prepared right for their non-traumatic vaginal birth, and if they didn't get a chance to prepare, and if things already went the way they went, how to fix them non-surgically. So that's our topic today.
And before we give you some solution how we can help with our pelvic floor exercise and warm healing, we would like to talk what can you have during the 9 months pregnancy, and particularly after difficult child delivery. And for example, the first one, the most biggest one, it's tears of tissues, of perineal tissues. Very often women has delivery and they need to have episiotomy when they cut it from the vaginal canal a little bit on the perineum, and then they have a stitching. And very often what's happening, if surgery was not doing correctly, it's creating scar tissue down there, and then it's what's happening, the nerve endings are getting numb a little bit. So that's first of all not comfortable for intimate life, and second, it's creating a lot of painful symptoms. And that is the number one what's happening in the postpartum, and a lot of women crying because it's really painful. And it's not very pretty as well sometimes, because you kind have damaged your genitals.
So yes, the scar tissue is a problem, obviously, and the blood flow doesn't go where you have a scar, so it can give a very unpleasant sensation like itchiness and numbness, like Nadia said already. Can it be fixed? Yes, it can be fixed. It's not one treatment fix, that I can tell you for sure right away. Can it be prevented? Yes, it can be prevented. And if you would like to know how it can be prevented, please go and find our yesterday's show when we were talking about non-traumatic vaginal birth and how to prepare for that.
But we will talk about a little bit later today when we're going to talk about solution. We just want to go through the symptoms. It's what can create when it's not, as you say, well prepared, and sometimes it can be just accident.
Yes, and how to deal with it. So besides this scar tissue and tearing, a lot of women experiencing constipation and hemorrhoids after childbirth, and of course I always will go back to Perfect Day that Dr. Darrell Wolfe created for that particular issue. I would always go back to Wolfe Non-Surgical to do pelvic clearing, and of course the last stage would be after that, on the healing journey, the last stage in the healing journey would be our pelvic floor exercises. And I'll explain to you why, because if you already live on a perfect diet and you got your perfect day down, and the perfect day for everyone will be different. So that's what our experienced practitioners help you with when you schedule a private consultation. They help you create your perfect day based on your needs and goals and original condition. Well, when we got that down, if everything's perfect, but you still have some problems, you still have constipation, you still have pain, so that must be because the very last part of your colon that is literally against your vaginal canal, you have not strong enough. Well, yes, you don't have strong enough muscles to support colon that's supposed to be straight. Actually, we have our pelvis
here.
Have
a pelvis.
Yes. So, so when we have pelvic floor prolapses, and when all our pelvic floor muscles kind of dispositioned and not sitting in the pelvis where they're supposed to sit, then we can have problems with not only uteral prolapses, but with colon prolapsed. And it can happen in two different ways. So this is our bladder. I'll put it aside for now. We'll talk about it later. But this is our uterus, and this is our vaginal canal. This is our
rectum.
Yes, this is our rectum, the very last part of our colon. And so what can happen if you have very weak vaginal walls that are not supporting the colon will either bulge into the vagina, or vagina will bulge into the colon. And it will create little pockets where you will have poop deposits. You know, dehydrated poop will literally turn into rocks. Not only it's unpleasant, painful, inflammatory, but of course it can give you such terrible things like hemorrhoids, because if you're constantly constipated and you're constantly feeling like you need to strain and push something out that unfortunately cannot get out because it's sitting in the wall of your vagina, well, the only way to work with that is to help to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles and your vaginal muscles, because we all heard about pelvic floor muscles, and let me explain to you what pelvic floor muscles are. So the muscles that are connected to the pubic bone and to the tailbone, which create this hammock that supports all our internal organs, creates our pelvic floor. And as you can see, in pelvic floor we have three sphincters. We have urethral, vaginal, and anal sphincters. We can call them openings as well. And we have a layer of muscles here, in external layer and internal. And every time when you hear about Kegel exercises, that's what they're working with. We're working with the pelvic floor over and over and over again. And if we're not going deeper, we're not really fixing the problem. And in fact, if we're really over-exercising our pelvic floor muscles and not going deeper, we are tightening our pelvic floor muscles to the point that there is no blood flow anymore. There is no oxygenation of the tissue. We actually harming ourselves. And if we do have weak muscles in our pelvic floor, they're sliding down, like our vaginal muscles, our uterus that slides down into the vagina, our bladder that slides down, our colon that's not supported. Because of all those issues, our pelvic floor muscles tightening even without us doing any Kegel exercises. They're tightening just because they have to hold all those weak muscles and all those prolapsing organs in. And I just can't emphasize enough how it is important to go inside with professionals, professional advice, professional practitioners like us, or if you know any other practitioners that do that kind of work, go to them and learn from them how to exercise your pelvic floor, not only just the hammock, not just the bottom of it, but from inside out. And if you have access to Wolf non-surgical practitioners, I definitely would recommend you to get treatments with them as well, because we can restore muscles, we can restore natural biofeedback, we can restore oxygenation, blood flow, lymph flow, but we cannot remove calcification. We cannot remove fibroids with our exercises. There are certain type of fibroids that will disappear with the increased blood flow and perfect diet, but there are certain type of fibroids that we cannot even exercise with a woman unless she had them non-surgically removed. And so far, the only treatment that I've heard in the world that exists to remove fibroids non-surgically is Wolf non-surgical. So please, try to find practitioner in your area. If you can't find, we have actually practitioners that travel to you. It will cost you a little bit more, but you know, it's better than go for surgery. So please reach out to us, and we'll give our phone numbers at the end of the show, along with our email, which I remember. It's painfreepelvis@docofdetox.com. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the phone number. We'll give it at the end of the show, and we'll post it in comments. And well, let's go
just
to
add it a little bit about constipation and hemorrhoids, as we're talking about postpartum. what happening during child delivery, women pushing down, and sometimes they just don't know how to breathe correctly. And when Arina explained about pelvic floor muscles, so this is, for example, our diaphragm. And so when we're pushing down, we don't push with our pelvic floor muscles. We are pushing down to help for the child to come out with our diaphragm. So in this case, you're not going to harm your rectum and your anal sphincter if you do correctly breathing. And that's what we're going to teach you in our beautiful masterclass, how to breathe correctly while you use your pelvic floor muscles. And then, of course, again, we're going back to the anatomy of the pelvic floor, loss of tone of pelvic floor muscles. That's what's happening. Again, that we have 9 months, heavy weight, working every day, pushing our pelvic floor every day and not correctly breathing. Plus, when we have a difficult child delivery, sometimes the babies had a little bit bigger head, and if the muscle has no elasticity, again, by pushing, sometimes we're losing tone of our pelvic floor muscles, and that's creating totally different issues, because it's very difficult to go back to the normal condition, and it can create some incontinence, because again, when the pelvic floor muscles are weak, as Irina said, we start to have dysfunction of the organ, the place, and so some of them, they're moving down, and that can create urinary incontinence or losing the sensitivity over there because it's getting too loose. So we say nerve endings damage, we already say. Painful lovemaking, painful relationship, of course, it can happen when we don't feel ourselves anymore. We have episiotomy, so we have scar tissues which create painful lovemaking. We're losing tone of intimate muscles, of pelvic floor muscles, so we don't have the same sensitivity. We feel a little bit not in our normal condition, and that's a lot of women coming to us after surgeries, after child delivery, wanted to back to the normal condition how they were before, because emotionally they need a support, they need to feel the same than they feel before. And our fitness so beautiful because it's all constructed on the pelvic floor muscles and how to control them voluntarily, step by step. It's like that you will learn in this course how to engage every sphincters, every opening, and particularly the levator ani, the biggest muscles, which Irina said, our gravity of pelvic floor.
And not just that, we'll teach you how to work with different groups of muscles. We'll teach you how to integrate this work into your daily life. We'll teach you how to work with your abdominal muscles and glutes, with integration of pelvic floor muscles. So it's very interesting. It's just so interesting to learn everything about your body, about your feminine body, and being able to differentiate different groups of muscles, work them separately, work them together, which is what we need to know. And it's been lost with our lifestyle, not only our toxic lifestyle, but we're sitting so much. We're not using these muscles the way we're supposed to use them. And can we regain them? Definitely. Does it require some work? Definitely. If you're willing to put this work, then please, yes, come in and we'll help you with that. We'll give you all the tools. I see some comments and I see a question, how do I sign up? You can sign up for our masterclass. How do I sign up for the class? Will it be virtual? On the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of April, it will be in person here in Ixtapa, Mexico. You can sign up at docofdetox.com. You can go to shop, and I think
it will be link prepared.
Yes, there will be a link there. You can also sign up through Telegram at Doc of Detox, and through Facebook. There will be a link posted there as well. And if you do want to attend virtual workshop, then what you need to know, it's going to be held on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of May. And you do need to sign up at least 2 weeks before the start of the masterclass, because we would need to send you your personal intravaginal training device for the course. And to receive it in time, you need to sign up a couple weeks before. Okay.
So we say about incontinence.
Well, I just wanted to add a little bit about painful lovemaking and painful relationship, and we have just above it vaginal dryness. So, of course, when you have damage after traumatic vaginal birth, which for a lot of women it is very traumatic, and like I said, it shouldn't be, but that's another story for another day, or for yesterday's show. Please go and watch that. In order for not just women to be able to express to their partners what's going on with their body, they need to obtain that education, because a lot of women, they don't even know what's wrong with them, because they go to their doctors that, and I'm not saying that OBGYNs, all of them are bad. No, there are so many fantastic ones, and there are so many that we're working with. But unfortunately, there are still OBGYNs out there that will tell you that to have second or first or second degree prolapse, it's normal. No, it is not normal. Do a lot of women have it? Yes, they do. Is it normal? No, it's not. Can it be fixed? Yes, it can be. But if you don't fix it, if you don't take all the measures that you need to take in order to fix it, and in order not to have it progressed, then of course when you suffer in third and fourth degree prolapse, it's very hard to fix it just with exercises. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, but you need to put a lot more work into it, and it's very hard.
And what's happening also when we are breastfeeding and like first 3-6 months with a little baby, we don't watch what's going on with our body. We just don't have time for ourselves, and those symptoms, they're not disappearing, but our body created, our mind, that all attention to a little child. So like 6 months, 7 months later, then we realize that it's already symptoms getting worse, and we just don't think about. So please don't forget about yourself, and go to see doctor if you feel any symptoms. Talk to your partner. It's nothing to be ashamed, because you just give birth to the beautiful child, and it's normal to talk to your partner about your unpleasant symptoms, because you're together, and you can support each other. This is actually part of our course too, because we talk a lot about birth preparation and in general relationship, because women sometimes has stigma to talk about the intimate life and I'm looking for vocabulary, how to express themselves about their body and how they feel.
And one of the things that we're teaching in our course, it's intimate massage, and this is a beautiful practice that can be done by yourself to yourself, and also you can teach your partner to do this. It's fantastic before childbirth as a preparation for non-traumatic vaginal birth. But also it's fantastic after birth. Even if you didn't have any tears, if you didn't have any problems, it's beautiful, just like any part of the body, it enjoys to receive massage. You can receive an intimate massage, but especially it's fantastic if you did have tears and episiotomy, if you did have C-section, any type of surgical intervention will definitely create scar tissue, and that scar tissue needs work. And besides the Wolf non-surgical that you can learn, actually not just in the Wolf non-surgical course itself, you can come here for couple and treatment training, and you can learn all those practices with Dr. Wolf and his practitioners. And now, thanks to Dr. Wolf, we will be integrating our work with them, and you will be able to learn so much about your body, and teach your partner how to help you do those treatments to become practitioner for each other.
And then we have unbuilding. Unbuilding is our school where we've been studying with Irina together. It's intimate muscles building. It's actually pelvic floor exercise where you're going to learn how to control them, how to strengthen and tone, and to create perfect balance for your pelvic floor muscles with the breathing exercise, with meditation, with engagement of abdominal muscles, glute muscles, or just on a relaxed position. And it's a personalized program for everyone because everyone is different and everyone needs a different program. Some women need to relax their pelvic floor and other women to need to strengthen and tone. So everyone will have their individual program.
I see that Simon's Farm posted a beautiful comment. Breastfeeding helps to reduce the uterus. Absolutely. I was going to say about that as well. I breastfed for my children for 2.5 years each, and since they came right one after another, I've been breastfeeding for 5 years straight. And it was a beautiful experience, and yes, indeed, your uterus contracts and gets back into place way better when you're breastfeeding. That's why breastfeeding is so important, and that's why there's also so very little education on that. And you know, in my country where I'm from originally, I'm originally from Ukraine with Nadia, and in our countries we have 3 years that woman can take off from her job to be with her child. And it's a beautiful thing because you can truly give yourself time to recover, for your body to recover. You can breastfeed your child for at least 2 years, which you know, by a lot of medical studies have been proven that in order to give your child really good immunity and not give your child animal milk, you know, animal protein that is so hard to break for a child down, and shouldn't be given unless there are, I don't know, whatever, horrible circumstances when there's no mommy with her beautiful milk, then yes, and in the States, I think it's only 3 months that women can stay home.
I think 9 weeks or something like that.
3 months, yes, paid when she can stay home of her job, which is nothing. Of course, that's why so many women don't breastfeed, because it's impossible to pump all the time, and
have extra stress.
And when you pump in, your uterus is not contracting, because when you have that baby body-to-body connection, that baby connection, when you have all those hormones produced, then of course your uterus is contracting. And for someone who breastfed her babies, I know the feeling, and tell you the truth, I don't know if it was harder for my kids to stop breastfeeding or harder for me to quit it, because yes, it's a definitely very beautiful experience. Thank you for that comment, appreciate it.
So pelvic squats, pelvic expander, that's what...
so we jump to the solutions, how to fix the...
yeah, because we start talking about intimate massage, but we will be back and forward. So pelvic squats, pelvic expander, I think our beautiful ladies in Braveheart, they've been showing you how to do all this exercise. We also integrate them to our program because they are so beautiful, especially pelvic squats, when we can sit 10 minutes a day and relax our hips and to make elasticity for ligaments and joint, and to keep our pelvic floor in the right condition. That can be great. I think everyone have to do it.
Absolutely.
Everyone is like a daily routine, like 10 minutes a day. I think it can be beautiful if you can do that. And of course, Wolf non-surgical scar tissue removal, as we're coming back to the scar tissues, what's happening after episiotomy, after surgeries, or in general in inflammation. And as Irina say, when we do non-surgical and then you're coming back to us and we're helping you with pelvic floor restoration, that's been beautiful, because non-surgical, it's reduce and take down your scar tissue, calcification, crystallization, adhesions, and then we are coming with beautiful techniques and exercise, how to strengthen and tone and to nourish your pelvic floor with blood flow, lymph circulation. We're going to bring a lot of oxygenation to the pelvic floor tissues, and so we nourish your pelvis and your ovaries. And when we nourish this beautiful organ, our ovaries is activating. As soon as the ovaries activating, our hormone system boosts up. So it's totally different environment in your body. You blooming, you smiling, everything is changing. So you feel much better from your head till to your toe. So what else we have? Song.
I don't see. Maybe we have some comments. Maybe someone has questions. It's always easier when you have questions coming in. It's always fun to answer. I guess we don't really have any questions.
So,
How can I possibly turn down something I've been promised for so long, whereas your most beautiful, stress-free life appeals to me more than you could possibly know? But again, reality tells me that all the young should be educated like this. All of what you offer, I would now wish for my children, and that has to be with my influence in getting them on board. We were all united with not being vac, none all choosing no vac.
Beautiful.
Yes, thank you so much for your
Thank
beautiful
you.
comment. Yes, we encourage education very, very much. And part of our course, honestly, we're not exercising from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. That would be a lot of pelvic floor exercises in one day. Actually, you shouldn't be doing any more than 2 hours of pelvic floor exercises, and that's advanced, okay?
Advanced,
so,
yes.
yes.
If you can do 15 minutes,
15 minutes,
we will be
perfect.
very happy because we
Exactly,
love
to
when
start
our
with.
students do their
So
homework.
basically, a lot of big part of the course, it is education, and it is about getting, to learn everything about your body. I always like to say we need to know everything that should go wrong with your pelvis, and that's what we're teaching you. We're teaching you how to reconnect with your body on all the levels, on physical, mental, and spiritual level. No one canceled, second chakra and our beautiful energy. So we do that too. And if that doesn't resonate with you, please don't think that we are, running some religious practice here. No, but we are women, and we are beautiful spiritual beings that bring life to this earth, and we need to embrace that, and we need to learn that for ourselves so we can pass it to next generations.
Yes.
It is our absolute responsibility to do so. And no one teaches us along our life. We don't learn it at school. We don't learn it in colleges.
In family.
We buy a car. We go 3 months to learn how to drive it and get our driver's license. We meet someone and we jump into having family and babies without any education. That should be against the law. I would put it in the law.
Yeah. So what city do you operate from? I do live in New York, and I work from New York, and Irina, she's
I
from
live in
Virginia.
DC area. Yes, I live in Northern Virginia, but I work in DC, Virginia, and Maryland. And we do travel with Nadia, so we can pretty much fly anywhere and see you if you can't come for whatever reasons. And right now we are working here in Ixtapa, Mexico, in World Healing and Training Center with Dr. Daryl Wolf and his team. So we'll be happy to see you here. We will be posting upcoming course dates, which will be running once a month. It will be a 3-day course after New World Practitioner and Wolf Non-Surgical. There will be a course that me and Nadia will be teaching. And the rest of the time you can catch us pretty much in a lot of different parts of the world because we do travel a lot.
Can you help stop pain and ovaries and fallopian tubes? They hurt every day.
Yes.
Do they have any operation? Do you have some inflammation or infection?
Well, I think
they hurt every day.
Gina, darling, I think in order to answer that question for you fully, I would highly recommend to schedule a perfect day consultation. It's only $150, and in that consultation you will get forms to fill out before you have the consultation, so we know all your medical history, all your
Yes.
background, and then during the 1-hour consultation that will be recorded over Zoom. You will have the recording to listen to it over again if you will forget something. You will get a Perfect Day book, which is 300 plus pages and equals to 40 plus years of Dr. Wolf's work, where everything put together, starting with breathing exercises to fitness exercises to Perfect Day diet and so much more. The only reason I could think of having pain in your ovaries and fallopian tubes, I think it's either so much inflammation that it hurts, or you had some kind of surgeries and some kind of medical interventions, and that's why you have pain there. So it's hard for me to answer this question.
It can be adhesions as well if you have if you have inflammation, adhesions. Because I had it a long time ago. That was also pain, and doctors can find what did I have. Couldn't find what did I have, and then they did some tests and they found out that I had a lot of adhesions around, wrapping around. That was pulling and hurting me, as you say, every day. But that you need to check with your OBGYN, and of course take, as Irina say, consultation, and they will help you with find out what it can cause you.
She had endometriosis.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you see, endometriosis is
there are
two. Well, yes and no. So for me, for my understanding, two main causes for endometriosis: it's hormonal birth control and a lot of inflammation. So if it was not birth control, you probably, since she said I had endometriosis, means like you don't have it anymore. So that's why probably you got rid of some inflammation, but you still have enough inflammation to have pain in your fallopian tubes and ovaries. So please do schedule a consultation, and I highly recommend if they will find any adhesions, do not go for surgery, because surgery shouldn't be performed on anyone. If you can remove it non-surgically, with full non-surgical. It's worth the trip here to Ixtapa, or if you have a practitioner in your area, then please find one. And actually, even with our exercises, we had amazing amount of women that came with first or second stage of endometriosis, and it disappeared after 2-3 months of exercising. But at that time when we were doing it, we didn't really know about all the protocols that Dr. Wolf has. So with his protocols, honestly, I think in 1 month, even in 2 weeks, you can see dramatic changes, dramatic difference into positive side. And intravaginal infusions, did Sharon and Sandra talked about that? About intravaginal infusions, how amazing they are, and the recipe that they hold, the secret recipe?
We spoke with Dr. Wolf 2 days ago on the show about intravaginal infusions, and he's been explaining the whole procedures. And you will do again.
And they're incredible. We're just trying to keep our shows short and to the topic, because not everyone has time to listen to 1, 2, 3 hour shows. That's why we're trying to do those 20 minutes, 30 minutes shorts every day, in order to introduce our fitness and our work to you, introduce ourselves, and also show you how we are trying to integrate it with Dr. Daryl Wolf's protocols. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure as always, and please don't hesitate to call us and email us. Post your comments and in all the chats wherever you're watching, YouTube, Instagram, or Telegram, and we'll be happy to get back to you as soon as we can. We will be teaching our course on in April. Brain freeze.
Okay.
We will be teaching our course on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of April in person here in Ixtapa. And if you have any questions, please reach out through WhatsApp to our number. It's +1 250 822 38. And call toll-free number through North America. It's 1-855-900 45, 44, extension 8. Yes, I think that's it. I think we kind of shared with you everything that we wanted to today, and we're looking forward to having you again on our show, and we will be bringing more practitioners here from Ixtapa, Dr. Wolf practitioners that want to share their journey, their story, and after they've been listening to us sharing all the interesting things about our work, you know, they want to come to the show and see how they already integrate in their work with ours. And next week we'll have on our show Violeta Pavlovitz. She's incredible. She has an incredible story. What a brave heart she is. And yes, we will be bringing her on our show, and she's a practitioner here. She's a master practitioner here in Ixtapa, and she's been working with Dr. Daryl for a few years now. She's very experienced, and she's amazing. So we're excited to have her, and it's going to be interesting topic.
And tomorrow we're going to have a 4 p.m. show, and we will be very happy to answer all your questions. That's what we do. We don't prepare a particular topic. We just want to talk to you and ask you questions and receive some of your questions.
Yes, and we'll be sending out a Zoom link for the show. So please come on live on Zoom. Please come on with your questions on Facebook, Instagram, on every platform where it will be streamed. I think we're streaming on Telegram now. And yes, so please prepare your questions and come to see us in person, because there is nothing like to do it in person. This work done in a woman's circle, it's absolutely incredible. The energy that we hold together, it's hard to explain in words. You must experience it.
You have to feel and experience. Because it's a body work and it's a communication between us women.
Our sisterhood. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners or even so-called whole life coaches that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half-truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you.